Hey guys, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I've uploaded on here. It's been a few months. I think my last video was me shopping for Halloween stuff, I think. And that is because, some of you may know because I'm sure some of you actually are subscribed to the Lyss and Brandon channel, which I will have linked down below. That is mine and my husband's vlog, vlog channel. Yeah. But if you don't know, I have a very exciting announcement. I am pregnant. I know that is really big news and I am super excited. So today I figured I would officially announce that on this channel and give you guys a rundown of my first trimester. So I really love watching trimester recap videos and I've always loved watching them even before I was pregnant. I think it's so interesting to see how everybody's body reacts differently to pregnancy and just to hear everybody's experience, just because every single person is different and everybody has a different experience. So I have my phone here and I'm going to be referencing this, so if I keep looking down, that is why. But I just want to make sure that I hit all the points and I don't want to leave out any symptoms that I've been having. Currently, right now, I am 14 weeks pregnant. I'm actually almost 15 weeks pregnant, so I am just starting my second trimester and I feel so much better than I have in the past few months, and that's primarily why I haven't been uploading videos and I haven't been filming. I have just been so exhausted, and that is actually my first symptom of pregnancy. I have just been sleeping nonstop and trying to get in as many naps as I possibly can, and I've just had no time to sit down in front of the camera and do this, unfortunately. Okay, so I found out I was pregnant, let's see, on August 30th. And if you guys would like a whole story on actually finding out and how I found out, at that point I was only not even 4 weeks pregnant. It was so early. And it's kind of a funny story. Well, sort of, I guess. So if you guys want to know that, leave some comments down below and I will make a video just explaining how I found out and all of that. But anyway, I found out on the 30th of August, and my first symptoms before that were very minimal. I honestly had no idea. I was really only taking the test just to make sure, because I was going out that weekend and I'm always so afraid of drinking and whatever. So I didn't want to be having some cocktails and be pregnant. So that's how I found out. I really wasn't feeling sick. I really wasn't feeling any different, other than this is literally the only pregnancy symptom that I had in the first couple weeks of me being pregnant, and that was feeling extremely jittery and anxious feeling. And I am somebody who has had anxiety in the past, so I didn't really know why it was resurfacing. I didn't really feel stressed at that point. I didn't really have a lot going on, so I was just kind of I don't know, why am I feeling this way? And I started to get really nervous because, if you guys don't know, I did have a heart surgery when I was in 3rd grade, just to close a hole in my heart. I'm perfectly fine. I'm good to go, and there are no problems. I'm not even considered an actual heart patient. But I just got really nervous because my heart felt like it was pounding out of my chest when I would just be sitting down. And I don't know, I just felt not at ease at all times for a week straight. And it was to the point where I was about to make an appointment with my heart doctor just to make sure everything was okay. And then I took a pregnancy test and found out that I was actually pregnant. And I did some Googling, which I know you probably should never do, but I looked it up online, and apparently that is a thing because your body has more blood circulating through it, and that can cause like a faster heart rate. So I'm guessing that's kind of like my first actual pregnancy symptom, and like the only thing that I was feeling, the only thing that made me feel like slightly different. So I guess technically my body was telling me something was definitely off. It's not something that I like normally felt, and it was definitely really random. So, well, now I know the answer. So that jittery, uneasy, pounding heart feeling lasted for about a week, and then it just kind of went away, and it was very, very strange. And then we kind of moved on to other symptoms, other really fun side effects of pregnancy. So in my first couple of weeks of knowing that I was pregnant, this was in September, I did have some light cramping, and that did really make me nervous at first, but I do know that that is a normal symptom of early pregnancy, just some like cramps that kind of felt like period cramps, but they weren't, and they definitely weren't as strong. So I had that for a couple of days. I was extremely bloated. That was another thing. Like the first couple of weeks of me knowing, I was really, really bloated, and I was just having cramps. It almost felt like I was getting my period or something, but obviously I wasn't. Then around week 5 and 6 of pregnancy, I started having really, really intense gas pains, and I like could not, okay, I'm just gonna say I couldn't fart. And for some reason, that was like the most painful thing ever. Like I just like couldn't release the gas, and the pains were like so excruciating, and they were at night. And again, I was like getting really nervous. I'm like, is this normal? And apparently intense gas pains are 100% completely normal. So that was my next thing. Around week 7 and 8, that's when my boobs really started to hurt. They were really tender before, but it kind of just felt like the normal, like I'm getting my period, my boobs hurt feeling. And then like 7 and 8, that's when it like really, really hit me, and they were like so sore, to the point where like I'd wake up in the morning and just like gravity, just like standing up was like the most painful thing ever. And I mean, if you know me, I really don't have boobs. Like I really don't have big boobs at all. So that was like really new for me to like feel like, oh my gosh, like that was like so painful just standing up. Like that's never happened before. So yeah, that was really, really intense. And from like week 7 to about, I would say probably week 11, 12, like really the end of my first trimester is when it actually stopped being so tender, and like they stopped hurting so much. So also around week 8 is when the nausea kicked in. That's when I started to finally feel morning sickness. And morning sickness is not just in the morning. I know they call it that, but it was kind of a sporadic all-day thing for me. It wasn't like from when I woke up to when I went to sleep, like a constant nauseous feeling, but it was definitely periods throughout the day where I would feel super sick, especially if I was like not eating enough. That was really rough for me too. And there were a lot of days that were worse than others where no matter what, whether I would eat something or whether I wouldn't, it just was like I could not get relief from the nausea feeling. And now that I'm at week 14, I would say that has lessened a bit since then. I still have moments of feeling a little queasy, and it's not because of like certain smells. I know that's like a typical thing, like if you smell something. I mean, that has happened a couple of times, but it's just really at random. Honestly, when I take my prenatal vitamins and then sometimes when I drink water, that's when I get like the really queasy, nauseous feeling. So that's annoying, but I also feel like some women have it a lot worse. So I've just been telling myself like, Alyssa, you're doing really good considering, just push through, you got this. It's like all a mindset thing for me. So speaking about water, I had my first ultrasound, I think on October 15th. So this was just a couple weeks ago. And I think, is that when I found out that I had a UTI? I think so. Yeah. So my first appointment, yeah. Okay, so, my technical second appointment, but my first ultrasound is where they told me that I had a urinary tract infection, and I have had them in the past. I feel like when I was younger, I was definitely prone to them. I started figuring out that like taking baths and using like certain bubble bath when I was younger would like trigger them. So I've always been super sensitive in that way. And I think because I was not drinking enough water, your water intake needs to be a little bit higher, especially when you're pregnant. So mine definitely wasn't. If anything, I feel like I might have dropped, which was not good. But like I said, I was feeling so nauseous when I would drink water. Like I just could not keep it down. I would actually like throw up sometimes. So I'm like thinking that's probably why, and I am just praying that I'm not going to be somebody who has these like consistently throughout my pregnancy, just because that would really stink. I like don't want to be on medication. I'm not trying to be like super natural and like 100% organic, but I'm just trying to like limit the amount of like antibiotics and medicine that I intake. So one really weird thing about the urinary tract infection that I got around, I'm assuming like week 9, is I didn't have any symptoms of a urinary tract infection. And apparently I found out, my doctor said, this like tree is attacking me, that it's normal that pregnancy can like mask the symptoms of a UTI. So I guess that was kind of happening, but like I said, I've had them in the past, and like anytime that I've had them, I've known that I've had it, because like you get the burning feeling, you constantly feel like you have to pee. And I didn't like have any burning, so I was like kind of shocked, but I think it was like just the beginning of a urinary tract infection, so they caught it in time, treated before it, and I'm good now. So another little symptom or side effect that I've had is leg cramps on and off. That has been something that's been happening every now and then, kind of at night. I think that's normal. And then I've also found that in my first trimester, so like this started like I guess a couple weeks ago, I'm thinking it's round ligament pain, and if you look that up or ask a doctor what that is, I think it's basically just like your muscles, like your stomach or pelvic muscles, ab muscles, I don't really know. Everything's like expanding, so you're gonna feel some sort of pain in that region, and I've had that every now and then. And it kind of just feels like a dull, achy pain. So that dull, achy pain, like in my hips and my legs, is something that I would normally get when I had my period. So that's kind of been something that has still been happening throughout my early pregnancy. But like I said, I feel like none of my symptoms have been that bad, and everything has been pretty bearable. I have had some bad moments with like feeling nauseous and throwing up, unfortunately, but I feel like it could be a lot worse. So I'm definitely thankful and blessed that it's not like bedridden me. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm doing okay. So that's really good. My skin has been pretty clear so far, and I know that is a sign that is a boy, but like, we'll get into that in another video. My skin has been fairly clear. I did have some breakouts though. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had like a little intermission. I'm pretty sure my cat was just like climbing my fake Christmas tree and knocked down one of the ornaments. So that's what was. Anyway, I think I was just saying that my skin has been not a lot clearer, definitely not. My skin has remained the same, and I have had a few breakouts. I have noticed that my skin has been a lot drier, so I don't know, I'm kind of chalking that up to the weather. It's November in New York, so of course I'm feeling super dry and bleh, as far as my skin goes. But other than that, that is really, really it. I have had a few breakouts like here, which is typically like a hormone spot, and a little bit on my chin too. So I don't know. Like I said, I know like all these little things, like how clear your skin is, how you're carrying, blah, 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 are like all things that people say like, oh, you're having a girl or you're having a boy. But I'm gonna be definitely doing a video with Brandon, probably on our other channel, just so he can be involved. I feel like that would be super fun, so look out for that. I guess I will show you guys my 14-week bump. Hold on one second. Okay, so this is my 14-week bump. I guess I'll show you, I don't know. It's very, very little. I don't really have a lot. I am noticing that it's like starting to round out a bit, and it is morning, so it is smaller than it is usually like by the afternoon after I eat a ton. Here's what I look like from the front, and here is a side view. I have a little something happening. Like I said, I am 14 weeks, so technically this is the start of my second trimester. But yeah, there's the baby bump. Okay guys, it feels so good to be back. It feels so good to have a lot more energy than I have been having. It's just really nice to like start feeling more like myself. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I plan on making a ton more videos about my pregnancy and the baby and all those fun things. So if you have not already, please subscribe so you can see all my other videos. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.